Guys, Marvel is back. They officially did it 100%. This was the one thing to top anything else in the MCU. This brought the MCU back on top. This brought the MCU back. I was so disappointed for a while with everything in the MCU seemed like failure after failure. But Daredevil Born Again, this brought it back. This was incredible. 10 out of 10. Born Again. The truth and the reality about Daredevil Born Again, it was supposed to bring the MCU back. In my opinion, this show was not great. It was not bad. It's definitely better than a large majority of the MCU shows, but the problem is that is not like a big achievement. They've been pretty bad so far. They started off kind of strong back in, I think it was 2021. WandaVision, like the first half of that, I think was okay. And like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I guess was okay. Not by the end, but the only series that's better so far, in my opinion, from the Disney Plus shows is Loki. I do think that Loki still holds the #1 spot. I guess I'll put Born Again at #2. I guess, but man, it was kind of rough. It was a little bit all over the place, and I know that it had its issues with. I think it was the showrunners, the directors. It was a series of reshoots needed to happen in order for this show to finally be good. I'm not necessarily talking about like the creative stuff that they did with like the blue flower, or any like symbolism that they put in the show. I thought that was good. There was a little bit of like too much side to side of like Kingpin and Matt Murdock as Daredevil. They're going back into their true selves or whatever. There's a little bit too much of that. In my opinion, in this series. I understand that that's kind of what the show revolves around, but it was not, like, I get it. You don't need to show me again, I get it. And I understand that was more so, like, on the old directors or showrunners or whatever that were, like, worked on it prior to the writer's strike, I think it was, and they came back from the writer's strike and was like, hey, what we shot is not good of this show. And they're right, it probably was not good. That one, the bank episode that they kept untouched from before, that episode was, I guess it was good for like new fans of Daredevil. It was interesting, it was quirky. Okay, I'm coming in from somebody who did not watch much of Daredevil before. I've watched like a lot of scenes online. Okay, I know generally what happens. They really messed up the pacing with this fucking, excuse my language, with this show. Okay, they really messed up the pacing really badly with this show. I have to be honest. And like episode 1, it was a good introduction, but it's gonna be a tough introduction for people that don't really know what's going on. Like when I first started watching this, I didn't really know what was going on because I hadn't seen much of the Daredevil shows prior. I looked into it a little bit. It is deep now, episode 1, now that I looked into that. But they kind of lose it after that a little bit. I like the lawyer stuff. I like the White Tiger episodes. Like, I thought that those were okay. My main gripe with this show comes right around the middle of the season here, where episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, I believe it is, are just not good. And the worst character in this show is by far and away Matt Murdock's love interest in this show. Girlfriend, I'm talking about the therapist woman, not Karen. Karen was good. The therapist woman, this wasn't on her actress or actor or whatever. Like, she was fine. She did a fine job. She's a good actress. But, the writing, though, is what sucked when it came to her. Because they had, like, some good ideas going on where, like, she was, like, she was wiping away Matt's tears from his trauma. And she was crying about this, and Matt was wiping away her tears. That was good, man. That was a good scene. However, they come back the next episode, and it's like she goes through a traumatic experience with this Muse character, who, that's another bad character, by the way. We'll get into that. They butchered Muse a little bit. But she was like just able to like bounce right back up off her feet. No trauma, no nothing, where she was crying in the episode prior and nothing had even happened to her yet. She was just crying because Matt was going out living this, I suppose, secretive lifestyle, and he was all bruised up. She didn't know what's going on. She thinks it's from his trauma. So it was not, she just recovered from it like that in episodes, you know, following that one. Really not the best writing with her, and then she just is willing to go to fucking Kingpin's major party in episode 8, and I understand that that's where like the director shift happened. Episode 8 was really good, by the way. That was a solid episode. I felt the tension, I felt the director shift in that episode. That was really good. I enjoyed the tension in episode 8 and like how it ended. I thought that was brilliant. But prior to that though, with going back to Muse, the villain Muse, that's a really cool concept for somebody. But Muse, he lost me the second he started talking. He's, oh, like the traditional serial killer type guy? No. He was like, oh, I went to karate, and my karate instructor, he was so mean to me. Come on. Okay, he would have been better staying silent, not revealing his true self. And I guess in the comics he had like superpowers. I don't know about that. That wouldn't have worked. But it was definitely interesting. I think that maybe it should have been something a little bit cooler to bring Daredevil back in, where he's like, fuck it, and goes back, but I don't know. I don't know. The last episode, let's talk about the last episode of Daredevil, because I know everyone in the comments is like, bring back Punisher, bring back Karen, bring back Foggy. Like, fucking shut up, man. Like this is a different series now. We're doing it again 7 years later. We want to see the return to the old. And they did give it to him. Just fucking wait, man. It's coming. Like, I knew it would be coming at the very end. And the last episode, it was good. It was kind of a return to form, but there were definitely some problems with it still. I just think, I don't know, it might have just had to do with, like, I would have liked to see more of it. I would have liked to see more of this, I guess, final like couple of episodes storyline that they're going with Bullseye. I want to see more of that, and I know 9 more episodes are coming in season 2, but it almost felt like it was kind of incomplete. I don't know if I loved where they left this episode off with the anti-vigilante task force, and I know that that's in the comics, but it really was not, I don't know. I guess it was okay. I guess it was okay. It was definitely better than a few of those middle episodes. It was all over the place, man. It was all over the place. Kingpin, shout out to his actor, though, man. Vincent D'Onofrio, really, really good actor. I think he did the best with what he was given. Thank God it did not go back to those other weird MCU projects like Echo that had him in it. That was a mess. Hawkeye, that was a definite mess in my opinion. I know some people like that. That last episode of Hawkeye was real bad, real bad. But yeah, thank goodness he didn't have an eye patch in this series, and he gets shot in the eye. That would have been good. But no, it was good in this series where I don't want to give too much away, but he was fighting someone who was locked up. That was kind of cool. The whole like mayor aspect, I saw a lot of people be like, this isn't Kingpin, this is boring, this side quest. I actually liked it. I always like I don't like it in real life, but I like when evil people get involved politically. I think that's a good storyline. I don't know. I did kind of like it. As someone who hadn't seen Daredevil prior, it was a good like introduction to just how menacing and evil the Kingpin can be. But I think I've gone on long enough with this. Did this save the MCU? Let me know in the comment section if this saved the MCU. Did Born Again save the MCU? If not, will Thunderbolts? I'll be back to review that, baby! MCU is so freaking awesome.